Let me check if we're streaming. We are streaming, and that's good. Check to see if the Twitter tweet went out. Checking the Twitter, kind of Twitter stream. Twitter stream. Okay, so I think we got all started up today. Wearing my steampunk outfit. Coming for this pretty soon. Too tired already. Gonna have me here. So this is our latest thing. We're just getting started. This is from Matthew Bucket from Oxford, and he is complaining about how Sakai works with the plugin tools. And there's this, once you go there, then you get to this configuration screen. And he wants to make it so that you can stop the configuration screen. And so it's a thing you'll see it happen a bunch of times as I code through. And if you look at the comments on this one, I didn't like it. And then I kind of thought, well, maybe I was using this in all my, the last set of coding things. I was running past the screen and I'm like, this screen adds no value whatsoever. So then I was going to okay, I'm going to throw this code all away. I love throwing code away. It's a thing. And then I talked to our 10 a.m. Tuesday list and Laura Geckler. She's like, well, maybe. And we talked about what we thought good tools and bad tools. Tools that required some kind of, post plugin, post install configuration, some didn't. And so I think what I'm going to do here is thinking about this, and if Matthew or Laura, when I start working on have an opinion on this, I asked Matthew what he thought. He hasn't answered me, but I think I will implement the feature that Matthew suggested, but default to bypass the additional configuration in site info unless requested by the admin. Laura doesn't like tool vendors that make it so that teachers have to do a whole bunch of fussing around in configuration. I don't know. The more fussing, the worse it is. So let's go ahead and get started. Start the terminal. So this is cd dev Sakai trunk. Alright, so the first thing I'm going to do, I guess I'll show you this on nightly. Let's go to Administration Workspace, External Tools. If you've been watching me code, you've seen this screen a lot, right? Ooh, what's that? I'm not sure Google likes posts. So what we're really talking about here is adding a new button to say, bypass something here. Right here is probably where I'll put it. I'll say bypass. Additional. It'll be something like additional configuration. Present configuration dialog in site info default no, not default, yes. Okay, and so that's what we'll put there. That's where we're going to put it. And we've got a tool that's installed here, this test guy. So I can go into Mercury and I can show you what's going to happen here and the behavior that Matthew didn't like. I originally defended, but now I don't defend it anymore. So we'll make a plugin tool. Click here, continue. This is it. See, this is like, hey, yes, you can change this if you feel like it. Yes, you can switch the icon, but actually we're allowing this overriding, but really most of the time users don't want to do this. And for good tools, we might give them flexibility, but we really don't want to require it. So what Laura is saying is some tools will want to say, come to this screen because the tools demand it because we can't get it right. Like it might have to be like something thrown on the end of this, you know, and Laura would, you know, Laura's like, do we really have to? You know, but some tools, so Laura sees it as this configuration as something that should be the exception rather than the rule, and I have to agree with her on that. So you continue, and then you finish, and now you come over here, and the same thing is in the edit. I tried to convince Laura just to say, let's throw it all away, but she basically wanted to call attention at that moment. And in effect, it's a way to say, I'm pressing this edit button for you, and until you fill these things out that we feel are essential. So, there we go. So that's what we got to do. Okay? So, let's get to it. So this is where people tease me for this thing I call foo-rm. Okay? So this is a bit of LGI service.java. So foo-rm is object relational mapper, but it's also a form definer, and I'm sure there's something that's better than this. But and so, oh shoot, I should have stayed up on nightly. So I stayed up on nightly because I need to find external tools. So this is going to be in the tool data model. So the tool data model. Now you're going to see what happens. So there's the launch. Let's go back and edit that. I want to put it in. I'm going to put it right here, right before privacy. So there's probably a header for privacy somewhere. Okay, so I'm going to call this, what did Matthew want to call it? Matthew wanted to call it that's me griping. Matthew. Does Matthew have a name for this he wants to call it? No. Matthew doesn't. So I'm going to name it something. This is going to be the database column. So this is a radio button. So it's going to look like this, allow frame height. So this is what, look at that. And so to add this to the data model and to add this to the UI, to insert, to delete all of the screens, I have to add literally one line. Bypass. Okay, so this is a radio button. So what's cool about this is because Sakai is fully internationalized, these are properties in our internationalization. So the whole form thing, I just have to edit this. Luckily, we have an active translation community. I just do this, and as long as I do this, As long as I do this before the code. What? Oh, no. One of the properties. Oh, here it is. There we go. As long as I edit this, there's a whole process by which they get notified of new things that I built. So I just have to put in 3 things. I have to put in oops. Config site info. And so I have to put this in. Equals show configuration dialog site info. Spring tool selection. If they don't like the words, they can change them. And so then I've got the 0, the default is the first one. So bypass configuration dialog. Okay, I can change those later. So then what I want to do, that's an API and impulse. So I've got API and impulse. So I've got it doesn't matter because Sakai is not up right now. And so there's my compilation just to see if I can make that UI. Now, at some point I'm going to have a place so I can run Sakai in a tab. Come on, Sakai. Go back up into my scripts folder. Better start my database guy. Start map up. We will soon have. Okay, so we're compiling, so let's start Sakai up. Oh, fast cars. Microphone's working? Yeah, microphone's working. Okay, up we come, Sakai. You'll see that this is what I like about foo-rm. I really did. But one of the things that happens is that foo-rm notices when there is a needed change. It looks at the data model and it automatically fixes the data model. So we're going to have to look through this logs, Catalina, note, alter table. There we go. So this is, it automatically wakes up and sees that we have a new thing, and it alters it. AutoDDL is Sakai's concept of Rails migrations, except way better than Rails migrations. So I'm going to edit this one, and I'm going to say this requires a conversion script. So I was, because what will happen is now, now that my database is updated, and so if you look at my database, and I look at there, that's in LTI tools. Make that a little bigger. Put that 20%. Got LTI tools. You're going to see that this column just got added. It gets added at the end, right? It added the site info as a tiny Next time I start Sakai, it's going to see that it's already there and it's not going to put it in. So I always have to remember when I add a new column to catch the log message as it's altering the table, and then I always go ahead and I always then put it into the JIRA, and then we mark the JIRA as requiring a conversion script, and that's one of the things we do on each release is build a conversion script so that people going from Sakai 11 to Sakai 12 can get a conversion script. So FooRM tells me that conversion. I've got to do one for Oracle, but that one probably can be hand translated by somebody smarter than me. I hate using Oracle because it's not easy. I got to like VirtualBox it. I don't know. Oracle freaks me out. MySQL doesn't freak me out. So what do we got going here? We are, what are we doing? We are up, or are we up? Oh, that's my VI code. Let's see here. Now we are up. You're up. So I can go to Sakai localhost, make this a little bigger, log in as admin, and with just those lines of code, sorry folks, FooRM is pretty awesome. Okay, so that's literally all I had to do. All translated. I love FooRM. It's the best object relational mapper ever. Why? Because I wrote it. That's why. Okay, just saying. Okay, so if I go into install LTI 1.1 tool, I will see this whole new configuration dialog during tool selection. Pretty freaking sweet. Oh, look at that. Do I want upper lower? I probably want to make this upper lower. A second. Not like mail notifications. There we go. Okay, I want that to be upper. It looks like I'm not using title case here, so let's go into this file and de-title case this because it's no title case anywhere else. So that'll just get, oops, I don't need to look at that. Okay, so this is all now set up. I can, is this a new one? So if I go back and I edit one, like this edit Google one, right, the one that's been there all along, it's just added automatically because, what is this? Who did that? It's here. So I can say show configuration dialog, and I can say save. And so now what I can find is in LTI tools, browse, I can go find this column, and it's a 1. So the update code, the database update code, everything has been just like automatically done, and all that code just freaking works. So that's the first thing I gotta do. So the second thing I gotta do is go into site info. Okay, so this is not, as long as I say, are other people editing this at the same time? So let's see. Sakai unit test. Continue. Finish. Oh, I know what's going on here. I just switched from nightly to my own server, and so things are different. I was trying to I was going to mentally. Let's just fix that case thing. Why? Because we can. Because it's a tool, and so I can run my SMV script from that point. Zink. And actually, we'll just hit refresh here, and then life will be good. Now hit refresh, just so that I know what I'm doing. Come on, Mr. Refresh. Yeah. Oh no, I can't because that's not just in a tool. That properties is in a service, so I have to restart. Never mind. Okay, so let's go here. Site info. So we're in it, got to go in a different place in Sakai. We now have no plugin tools. That's gone. So let's go. I'm so sure that code's going to work. I need these. Okay, we recompile that. We'll stop Sakai. Okay, so now, done there, we've recompiled there. We'll come back and test that thing about the case later. It's, what's it called? Site manage? Grep -r plugin tools. I'm like, find me, get me close. Get me close. See? Where is it? Site manage. Perhaps it's not there. Grr. What is it? What's the name of that tool? Where's that code at? I just grep the whole source tree. While I'm at it, I'm going to go back on Nightly and see if I'm really grepping for the right string so I can find the dang code to work on. I don't memorize all this stuff. Agree on Nightly. Site info. Manage tools. Yada yada. Plugin tools. Yep, that's the string I'm looking for. Did you find it? No. Why? So we're going to need that. It's going to need site action. What? Got some global config place. Yeah, shows what I know. I guess I have to recompile this stuff. Okay, but what I was really kind of looking for here is this guy right here. Because then I can come here and find where we use that in the Systools LTI type. Where is this? Maybe there's a helper or something. No. No, 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 no. No, 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 no. Don't tell me there's some, like, velocity VM files here. Who put these here? Now I gotta find out where in the whole damn source tree this is. So I'm gonna grep the whole dang source tree. Okay, so where do you put that? Okay, those I already know about. Those are the properties files for all the different languages. Oh, I gotta go. Got someone coming to my office. I'll come back to this. Bye, everybody.